Hello. Welcome to Don't Drink and Review.
Huh.
And if you're asking who am I'm Tanner Prittis. And what does this podcast do? Well, we talk about random stuff and we bring your attention to it. Great artists, cool things you can find on the internet. You can follow us on Instagram at Don't Drink and Review. That's Don't Drink N as in Nancy Review. And today I'm joined by the talented artist, fighter, the rapper, metalhead, Spencer. You can also follow him on Instagram at FighterOfficialAZ. You can find his music on Spotify. So, how you feeling today, Spencer?
I'm feeling fantastic.
Good.
Starting this off with a beer.
Glad to hear it. Yeah, definitely. We got to get this down. No dead air. Oh, sorry, guys. Did you enjoy your holiday?
I did. It was a busy holiday. You know, when you got the split families, you got to go here, you got to go there. But luckily, we always split it up where I go to my dad's side, Christmas Eve, mom's side, Christmas like morning, and then I got the whole Christmas like spent with friends and everybody else.
Nice. That sounds good. Did you get some cool presents?
I did. I got some really cool some shoes, cool little leather jacket. Like I always wanted one in my ensemble, and I got one of those.
Nice. I saw you wearing it earlier. Yeah. You look real good.
Thank you, sir.
Looking sexy.
And then occasional gift cards and socks. But that's kind of what you need in life.
Yeah, I'd rather get a gift card or socks, honestly. I think socks are the best.
I want to switch up my sock game, man. You know, I don't want to go with just the plain one. I want like the cool designs and everything, you know?
Okay, we're going to give a little shout out. Stance. Have you ever had Stance socks before?
Have, yes.
They're my favorite socks. They have the little band around the middle of your foot that like keeps it nice and tight. You know, I really should have gotten you guys some beers. I'm sorry. I forgot about it again. I just thought about it. I'm really sorry. I'm bad to the production team. I should be fired.
Your heart was in the right place.
Next time.
You always say that.
I know, right? I've definitely said that before, so I'm really sorry. Do you have anything planned for the new year?
You know, normally I do, but you know, with COVID going on and everything, everyone wants to play it safe and not like go anywhere. I'm usually pretty good when it comes to stuff like that, but again, I'm gonna see what happens.
I think that's a smart idea. That's good. So let's talk about your art, man. Let's talk about your music. What would you describe your music genre as?
It would be alternative rap rock / metal or rap core. It's the best way I can put it.
I like it. I would agree. I really enjoyed your music. I listened to your 3 songs on Spotify. So when did you start making music?
I would say I started back when I was about 17 or 18. It was a church talent show actually, and I always wanted to form a rap rock band, but I never wanted to be the rapper. I always wanted to be the singer because we were super into Hollywood Undead, and I always wanted to be like Danny Murillo. So I was the one that was going to be the singing. We had 2 guys rapping until one guy didn't know how to rap, so we knocked him down to guitar and stuff.
Nice.
And this other dude started rapping. So after the talent show, we actually thought, you know what? Let's keep going, guys. Let's do something here.
Right.
And we basically turned into like a Hollywood Undead like wannabe band. There's actually a picture that not a lot of people see
that's rad.
Of also like and like the dorky ass little mask and
Do you guys had masks and everything?
We had masks
That's awesome.
and everything, yeah.
You fully adapted to them.
We did, yeah. And
that's awesome.
And again, I was the singer. But then we came into a problem when we started progressing. The guy that was in the band as a rapper didn't really know how to rap. So I'm like, no, man, here's what you got to do. You got to do boom, boom, boom. You have to hit it this way. Do it that way.
Right.
And then like, okay, like, no, do it like this. Do it like
So
this.
you're like instructing him how to do it?
Yeah. And so everyone else is just looking at me like, dude, like you know what you're doing. He kind of can sing. Just switch places.
Nice. That's awesome.
That's kind of how I got into rapping. And of course, like all, you know, high school, like late teen bands that don't usually go anywhere, that it breaks off and then nothing happens. But I was really passionate. I wanted to keep doing it. So I thought, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and do this. I'm gonna be a solo artist.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, and I think that might be the way to go. Everybody's got to start, you know, in a place, and it's good to, you know, collaborate with people and everything. But that's awesome that you stuck with it. So, what were some of your favorite bands growing up?
Favorite bands growing up, I think number one has to be Linkin Park. Like I remember, I fell in love. I remember the day. I was sitting in my mom's white S10, which eventually became mine. We were listening to, I don't know if you remember, there was an old radio station here called 1015.
I just barely moved to Arizona, so I have no idea.
Yeah, because now 1015 is like a hip hop station, but back then it was called The Zone. It was an alternative rock radio station.
Cool.
And I just sitting in, like, little me just sitting in the front seats before the internet wasn't
Right.
around, and I couldn't like buy CDs. I was a little kid. I was broken.
Right.
A little shit. So, and so I'm
As
just
we
listening.
all were.
I'm just listening, and I hear like a dun dun dun. It starts with one thing.
Oh,
I don't know why. It
yes.
doesn't even matter how hard you try. And I'm like, like, wait, what's going on? This is a rock station, but this guy's rapping.
Right.
Wait, there's rock music. This guy's screaming. Like, what is this?
That was
what is this band called Linkin Park? And that was like my first. That's when I first fell in love with Linkin Park, and that was my band.
I used to have this small, like, little MP3 player. It was like round. It was like before iPods came around. And I had like maybe 6 songs on it, and Faint was on it, and I would listen to it while I mowed my lawn, and I would like scream and like get all emotional because I was like mowing the lawn. I was all upset about it, but I would imagine that these little pieces of grass were little peoples, and I was like shaving them down. Yeah, it was a little fucked up, but I love that song. It's just forever buried into my existence now. So what would you say you love most about making music?
If you have to hold something back, you shouldn't be an artist. And that made me feel really good. I can express whatever I want to say. I can let loose a bit. It's almost like letting out a inner part of yourself.
Right.
You know, because like I want to like scream. I want to shout. I want to like blurt out what I want to say, but sometimes you can't always do that.
You definitely, it's like all the time you're not allowed to speak your truth
exactly
in society, or else you're, you know.
And it's like when
fuck are you doing?
it's like an alter ego almost.
Yeah.
Like, or like you are the alter ego, and when you get on stage, it's almost your true self.
Right. It's more of like a healthy medium, because you can't just go screaming at strangers. You know what I mean? You got to put it in you got to rhyme and make it artistic or whatever. And then they're like, oh, this dude's deep, and otherwise you just look like a homeless person, you know?
That's true. I try not to look homeless.
Yeah, you don't want to be screaming at strangers. So what's your driving song? Like, you know, like I play this song like almost every time I go to work. The Deep End by Swollen Members, it like is my pump up song. So like if you had like a driving song, what would it be?
I think my biggest driving song that I can get down to would be Right Back at It Again by A Day to Remember.
Ooh, great song.
I love that song.
I love A Day to Remember. They're a fantastic band.
I was like jamming out, put the like most of the times I'll keep the windows up so no one like sees what I'm doing. I'll put the windows down and jam that song.
Oh yeah.
It's like driving, I'm like, here I am, I'm right back at it.
Have you ever seen, like, has ever anybody like outside their window like scream with you? You know, they like, oh, they're like sing the song with you.
You'll get I don't know if I get
I would love
jam
that.
their head like, okay, I don't know the song, but this dude knows
they're all
the song.
I love that. I would love that if somebody was just like singing along with me. Have you ever seen them in concert?
Yes, I have actually. It was probably like a couple years ago.
Hell yeah, I've seen them a couple times. I think they're rad.
Love Day to Remember.
So speaking of concerts, perfect little segue. What's your favorite concert that you've ever been to?
Honestly, a coincidence, it is that exact concert I went to.
Really?
It had the perfect lineup. It was at the Massive Amphitheater. It had Devil Wears Prada, Falling in Reverse,
so good,
Papa Roach,
ooh,
and Day to Remember closed out.
Wow, that is quite the lineup.
Like all my favorite bands.
Yeah, the Devil Wears Prada was one of my first concerts it was the first concert that I ever went to. And I remember I was in the pit for like the entire concert. We went home soaking wet in other people's sweat. It was disgusting.
I mean, I've been to concerts soaking wet, but not from like sweat. You ever been to down like Action, like Mayhem festivals, like the big metal shows or anything?
Like a Warped Tour kind of thing?
Kind of like, well, do they ever like, you ever have those guys that like light fires in like the grass area and like the guys come out and put it out?
No. Like somebody trying to start a forest fire?
It's worse, a trash fire. Like you get like they get all this like trash in a little pile, they light it on fire, and like people keep adding to it, and some guys will come over like little extinguishers and it's like put it out.
So good people, not non-psychopaths.
Well, it's mostly the actual venue
so
people.
are you saying okay? So at a physical concert, I was
Yes.
super confused. Okay,
No,
so
yeah.
at a physical concert, somebody
Yes.
goes and like lights some shit on fire.
Yes, and then
Yeah,
like
I've
and the
seen
guy
some
and the
people
venue
do
people
that.
have to be like, all right, fun's over. There was
Fuck
like
those guys.
it was Mayhem Festival, and like we were so crowded, and this fire was so huge that they could not get people in to go with like extinguishers, so they had to get a hose. Like one of those like little cherry
fire.
pickers with a hose and just spraying
Wow.
everybody down just to get to the fire to put it
That's
out.
hilarious, and everybody's like, "Yeah, this is
everyone's
awesome."
got their hands up like, no, keep it going. Like,
Yeah.
but
Fuck that guy, first of all, but they handled it in the right way. Instead of like making a big deal out of it, they're like, these people are hot. Give them what they want.
Exactly. So it's a win-win kind of thing.
That sounds like a fantastic concert.
Yeah.
So, Mesa Amphitheater doesn't have flaming garbage towers or whatever.
No,
Okay.
they don't. It's super
good.
elevated, so you can't really do that. And I think that kind of died out.
Yeah, hopefully, because that's fucked up. Like,
Ugh,
dude,
it's
do you
like-
want the concert to end, bro?
The fumes were
Bro?
the worst part because you're
Yeah, that's
burning plastic.
literal garbage.
Yeah, and like it just gives you such a headache.
Yeah, fuck that. But yeah, that sounds like a great lineup. That was I would definitely go and see A Day to Remember again.